Rec League podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Casts, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. At Rec League Pod on the Twitter. Episode 146 coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, or YouTube itself. What up, world? What up, world? I just watched Venom: The Last Dance, third movie in the Venom trilogy, fifth movie overall in Sony's Spider-Man universe. Or is it, like, I count Madam Web. I don't know if Sony considers Madam, because I think they tried to downplay Madam Web like it wasn't in the Venom, Morbius, I'm assuming Craven thing that they're doing. But if it's a Spider-Man character and Spider-Man's not in the movie, I'm thinking it's all inclusive. It stars Tom Hardy, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Juno Temple, Stephen Graham, Reese Ifans, Alana Ubach. It is directed by Kelly Marcel, and I think she helped write the first two. I don't know if she's directed, but previously. This movie is kind of just the fallout from Let There Be Carnage. Eddie and Venom are on the run, while scientists and military are also on their ass. And also, extraterrestrial antagonists are also on their ass. So, no dancing. 1 star. End of review. Psych. I like this franchise is the poster child for mid. Just mid. Not good, not bad. Dumb fun. Dumb fun. This trilogy is dumb fun. It's like every actor in all 3 of these movies should be nominated for Oscars every year, but just decided, hey, let's just do comic book movies for Sony. For Sony, it's just such a tarnish on the reputation. Because Spider-Man is not even referenced in any of these movies. If you said this was the worst Venom movie, I wouldn't argue. If you said this was the best Venom movie, I wouldn't argue. I might think it's the best Venom movie. Because, the first one is, like I said, not good. But there are elements of fun. But it took itself a little more serious than Let There Be Carnage or The Last Dance. But I'm putting this one over Let There Be Carnage because there is a formulaic 3-act structure. And it felt like Let There Be Carnage was just missing an act. It was just okay, here's your characters, here's their backstory, here's the final battle. You got the post-credit scene from No Way Home in this movie. You got them on the run. You got them dealing with obstacles, trying to make it to a point, and then the third act, gotta beat the bad guy. But there are so many plot holes in this movie. I feel like this movie's plot overall kind of steps on the toes of the plot of the first movie. And then the trailers, I feel like when Disney and Marvel Studios do that thing in their trailers and then scenes are altered, Sony has done that just with the whole plot. Because this movie is sold as some universe jumping, or maybe I just got all these expectations in my head. because there's nothing multiversal about this movie. There's nothing that references Morbius. There's nothing that references Madam Web or Kraven or Spider-Man. The Stephen Graham is severely underused. There are so many symbiotes in this movie that I'm gonna assume, because it's Sony, that they're not all from the comics, that some of them were just created to do some cool visual shit. The mid-credit scene, again, they stepped on their own toes with the mid-credit scene, because the character shown in the mid-credit scene is kind of like unnecessary because of what this movie did. And the post-credit scene is absolutely not important at all. It does nothing. It pushes, there's no Venom 4 coming, hopefully. And it does nothing to allude to any other movie being connected in this universe at all. Sony's Spider-Man universe is a Venom trilogy, a Morbius movie, a Madam Web movie, and a Kraven the Hunter movie. And they're all their own thing. Morbius, I think actually Tyrese's character made one quick little verbal reference to the first Venom, and then the Michael Keaton thing. But this is not an interconnected universe. As much shit as I give Warner Brothers for flushing every universe that they create down the toilet, this might be the worst universe in cinema. Sony's Spider-Man universe is just a name because the movies are not interconnected. Again, my expectations were so low for Venom: The Last Dance. I had a good time. Like, Madam Web makes Venom: The Last Dance look like Casablanca, Citizen Kane. So there's that. There is stuff to laugh at. Like, this franchise is so unserious that I feel like it has a crazy fan base. And it's gonna hurt my soul that this movie's gonna outgross Joker. It's just, if you like the first two, you're gonna like this one. If you didn't like the first two, there's nothing new to change your opinion. These are serviceable, watchable. Tom Hardy's been better in every other single thing he's done. There's a perfectly logical explanation as to why Michelle Williams isn't even mentioned in this movie. I wanted Anti-Venom. I think we kind of got a reference. But it's fine. Like, if you have to nitpick and the plot stuff, if you can poke holes in the plot all day. And I just think that what the Riz Ahmed character was doing in the first movie and what the Chiwetel Ejiofor, and that shit too. I hate Sony recycling MCU actors. So with all that being said, I will say that in my opinion, Venom: The Last Dance is solid. It's a solid 3 out of 5. Exact same score I gave the other two. Have you seen Venom: The Last Dance, man? What you think? Positive, negative, somewhere in between, let me know. There is one scene of dancing. I recently put up reviews for Smile 2 and Joker. Folie do. Next weekend, over the next 2 weeks, I don't think I'm going to see anything. Honestly. It'd be cool if my theater got Saturday night a month after it came out. My next review is probably going to be Red 1. So. Oh no, I'll review Agatha All Along. It's not a movie, but it is a review. Reckley Podcast, we're going to talk modern horror. The podcast we just dropped, we're talking October watch list, what we enjoy watching throughout the month. Old school, new school, somewhere in the middle. But we're gonna set a window for modern horror. I just don't know what it is yet. Be on the lookout, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.